So now you know about the six components of unified meditation and the various meditation techniques under each of the components. I've also shared to you my own story about how I played the various techniques in order to attain enlightenment. I want to close this chapter with some questions that you might have, and to help you clarify any remaining doubts. I'm sure that this book will help you, but it will not be enough. You'll need to do more research, and if the Almighty wants, we will meet and you can learn directly from me before I die. If not, I definitely would be leaving a lot of literature behind for you to learn more and be able to be proficient in what I call unified meditation, but you can call it anything as long as it is a complete package that gives you full access to the spiritual world and its treasures. Below, I have made a table that lists down the various meditation techniques that I discussed earlier under the various components. In this way, it will be easier for you to learn about them and to recall them. Again, I want to tell you that these are just the popular ones that you can find on the internet, but there are many more, hundreds, if not a thousand of techniques that don't have a proper name. So let's begin our Q&A session. Many people, upon seeing the six components of unified meditation, might still be wondering with which one should we start. If I told you to start from the first one like Patanjali did, that is of posture, it might be boring. So I suggest that you start from the soul work. At least imagine that you are already enlightened and your soul is free from the prison of materialistic consciousness. You will begin to taste the nectar of unified meditation. Then you will realize that you are not able to progress as much as you want, and the sensations that you are having in your meditation do not seem complete. In this way, you will seek to start from the right beginning, as I described to you early on. Many of you who are reading this book would have a highly developed intellect, so starting with mind work meditation would be also encouraging and motivating. Again, you would not be able to reap the full benefits of mind work because the foundation components were not perfected. You would feel that, and that would be your encouragement to start from the beginning. That is posture, breathing, unlinking, focus. Many people, they just want to be able to focus and concentrate on what they are doing. They can practice the meditation techniques listed under that component. However, it will be a zero-sum game because your attempts at focusing and concentrating will be sabotaged by your own mind because the unlinking hasn't occurred, and that cannot occur properly because the breathing hasn't been mastered, as well as the posture. And so you got my point. Now, when we come to actually choosing one of the many meditation techniques that are under a particular component, then it will depend on your own temperament. Also, it will depend on the type of books you get hold of, as well as the type of meditation centers that are around your location. The idea is to try all the meditation techniques under a component and determine which one fits your personality the best. The proper meditation technique is like wearing a shoe that fits perfectly. Did you know that there are various kinds of feet and they need different kinds of shoes? But it's not the external appearance of the shoe, but how the sole is designed. I learned that the hard way. One time I bought a shoe that looked so beautiful and perfect outside, but the sole wasn't the match for my feet type. Consequently, I hurt my soul and I suffered for one whole year. Thereafter, I realized and never again wore shoes that didn't make me feel comfortable. So, the idea is that if a certain meditation techniques makes you feel comfortable and doesn't hurt at the mental level or the physical level, then the right meditation for you. Many creative people among you will be able to make some alteration in each of the meditation techniques provided. That will count as a new meditation technique. Again, the test is how comfortable and fruitful is that particular meditation technique to achieve your spiritual goal at that particular time. The sad reality of meditation since millenniums has been that the practitioners stick to one single technique for their whole lives. They do it because they feel that changing a meditation technique would be showing disloyalty to their gurus. Alternatively, it could be because they haven't met other gurus. You cannot stay in grade 1 or grade 2 forever. You have to move up the grades. Even if you reach your master's degree and you still want to study, you can't keep studying the same subject, the same book over and over again. You'll have to learn different subjects and read different books. But in meditation, they are so fixated and they believe that they are infallible. Consequently, they read and reread the same books as if it was medicine, which it is not actually. And even if it was, it would have to be stopped at some point in life. Anyways, you would know that it's time to change your meditation technique when you feel utterly bored by that particular technique and you are stop paying to feel the bliss. Also, you will feel a certain level of discomfort and unease. These are indicators that it's time to change your meditation technique. When you hop between meditation techniques, it will occur that some meditation techniques won't be a fit for you at all or not perfect. You can know that when the philosophy of that technique doesn't resound in you. Also, your body finds itself in too much pain and your mind cannot justify the sufferance. At that point, you must know that the technique is not right for you. That said, not every painful meditation is the wrong meditation. However, the mind must have a positive impression despite the pain, and then only it is the right one. Otherwise, it's the wrong one. Many, or should I say, most of the people are attached to a particular meditation technique because it feels safe for them. They don't want to try a new technique because it's uncertain and there's a new learning curve. However, change is part of life. So, by thinking in this line, convince yourself to give the new meditation technique a try. It's pretty much like breaking up with a girlfriend or boyfriend and having to start afresh. It's tough, but you got to move on. That's the attitude you must have in meditation too. There is no reward for being loyal to a particular meditation technique. They are inanimate and just mere concepts. You have to be loyal to your root objective, that is, to be enlightened, to be liberated, and to attain nirvana. Enlightenment occurs in steps. As soon as you complete your gradual progress towards soul work, starting from the posture level, you will feel your first sensation of enlightenment. However, after some time, it will be diluted and you will feel normal again. This is because this is not the final enlightenment and you're nowhere near it. In comparing it to martial arts, you can say that reaching enlightenment is getting your black belt. Sure, black belt is higher than white belt, yellow belt, blue belt, or brown belt, but it's just the beginning of the mastering process. There are other higher belts to be acquired. The martial arts have perfected this grading system. In the meditation field, such a gradation system hasn't been developed, mostly because it's not easily observable. That is the state of meditation a person is in. But you should make a similar grading system for your own meditation practice. So if you start from the first component and practice diligently every day, you can expect to get your black belt in meditation or your first aha moment or wow moment. I feel so different kind of sensation in 1 year. And then by repeating the cycle and perfecting it, you'll start to feel that you are rising the ladder of enlightenment as well as liberation. You'll become wiser, more intelligent. You'll be able to feel and know more things. At the same time, you will not be attached to the mundane things like you were before. Problems will start unclinging from you. So, this will go on for many years. If you are able to combine good karma that yields a lot of blessings from other people, then your enlightenment will be accelerated and you can expect your half life of meditation enlightenment within a decade or two. About your full enlightenment, if you are reading this far, I can estimate it will take another 40 years from now, and then you'll be really ready for the final ascension in total silence of the no mind, merged totally in the meta soul. My intention is in no way to discourage you, but I don't want to give you false hope. Say you feel that you are enlightened and liberated, but then the universe will throw at you such challenges and tests that everything that you have acquired by then, you will lose it because you can't keep your composure. And then you have to start all over again. Somehow I found that the universe doesn't want you to be enlightened and liberated because it's like the matrix, you know. You're not supposed to get out of this samsara or mundane consciousness, materialism. Being enlightened is about to coming out. Again, you might feel that your pride, that yes, you are now unattached or unattracted to consumerism and materialism or capitalism is a sign that you are enlightened. No, my friend, this is just another illusion. The real enlightenment is very different. When you reach that stage, there is nothing to compare yourself with others. The duality ceases. There is nothing to fight for. So, in this respect, even the great masters and yogis, the prophets, of our current times are not truly enlightened. They are just in the illusion that they are enlightened. They have reached the black belt, but not the higher Dan level. Enlightened people are never motivated by the meta motivator of passion and ignorance. They cannot seek power because that desire doesn't exist, and revenge is absent from their consciousness. So basically, if you remember what I told you about the meta motivators and the 48 motivators early on, enlightenment is about being able to act under the influence of the meta motivator of goodness under all circumstances, no matter how unfavorable it might be. For example, it's easy to say you forgive people, but what if somebody took everything away from you without any fault of yours and destroyed your reputation? I did not say what if somebody killed you because you don't even know after you die. So I'm just sticking to the worst thing that happens when we are alive. That is the loss of our reputation. Well, the enlightened person, even at that time, is able to remain calm, detached, and to be motivated by forgiveness and curiosity that this criminal act by that person had a particular karmic reason, and thus it has to be accepted. When that or such a situation occurs, the level of anxiety in us, anger, fear, shame rise to such levels that it is the test for any person, even that of the so called enlightened person. So, in lesser or similar situations, if you are able to act without effort, naturally, under the influence of the 16 motivators that fall under the meta motivator of goodness, then that is the day you can declare yourself that you are enlightened 100%. Remember, enlightenment has nothing to do with superpowers, extrasensory perceptions, making synchronicities happen. It is about living life every second of it under the meta motivator of goodness, and that also under the higher levels of the motivators, especially that of curiosity and idealism. And thus, I defined enlightenment in a way that can be measured by yourself, for yourself. You can lie to the world, but you can't lie to yourself. Be honest to yourself. And I hope that you learned how you can measure your level of enlightenment. So, for that stage to occur, it will take you your whole lifetime. So, that is why I said 40 years minimum. In the meditation language, we have a term called granthi, or it's a blockage. It occurs at the chakra level or nadi level, and then it manifests in the emotional body, physical body, as well as the mental body. So any meditation will have problems. You'll just need to learn to observe each of them, and if you have a guru, ask him how to solve that particular meditation block. It's a two-way process, and even the guru can't know the answer by himself. Do a to and fro debate and come up with a solution. If you do not have a guru, then focus on your heart chakra or COC. You will get a proper guidance either in the form of an insight or a synchronicity that will lead you to either read an article on the internet or get hold of a book or meet somebody who will say something or an event occurring that will provide the answer of how to remove that block in a certain meditation technique. I know I wish that I could elaborate more on the different kinds of blocks that you could face in the different kinds of meditation. However, it will be too extensive at this point, and definitely it's the material for another book. But I'll just give you a short example. For example, in Hatha Yoga, the quickest blocks you'll face is the pain in the joints as you stretch. So these are example of block. And then when you try to have a focused attention, no matter how much you try, your mind will be pulled by the various distractions. So that's another example of block. And then when you practice loving kindness meditation, you will not be able to feel any kind of love towards a certain person or a community. So these are example of blocks. To remove them, you have to practice, keep trying, and not give up. So, like I said earlier, consult a guru, if not, the guide inside of you. Now we completed the various meditation techniques, queries on duration, but what about a particular level among the six level? Is there a time limit on how long we can stay or have to stay in a certain level? Again, it depends on your past life karma. If you had mastered certain components back then in this life, you will be able to jump very fast. However, if you're new in that component, it will take longer. Some people tend to specialize in a particular component. They won't attain enlightenment in this lifetime because they are the specialist in that component. To be enlightened, you can't be specialized in any component. You have to specialize in the whole six components. And so you have Hatha Yoga experts who can concord their bodies in amazing ways. You have Tai Chi expert who do such flowing movements that are so inspiring. There are mantra experts who know everything about a particular mantra. And then there are people who practice compassion meditation and they travel the world to spread their compassion. They are teachers of compassion. Some specialize in tantra and various kinds of sex meditation. They have a bad name in society and they don't care about it, but they are specialists in that area. Also, uh, without them, people wouldn't be able to know more. So even that is justified. So if you want to be a unified meditator like me, you'll have to get a reasonable mastery of all the components, but you can't stick to a single component and become the gatekeeper of it. The whole idea of unified meditation is to be detached. So you have to be detached from the very processes that catapulted you to your progress. It might sound selfish, but that's how you progress towards enlightenment. Make sure that you don't hurt anybody on the way and don't make false promises either to disciples or to gurus. If you want a particular timeline, then I would say that at least 2 years is needed for each of the component to be mastered. But again, it's just dart that I throw in the darkness. If you skip any of the six components, then it would be like you miss a particular pillar while you build a building, which is supposed to have a six pillar system. Under normal circumstances, the structure would hold, but As I told you, the gods are merciless and they won't let any half cooked meditator to be enlightened. And thus they'll throw at you storms, snow, tornadoes, typhoons, earthquake, volcanoes, murders, false accusations, seductresses, seductors, corruption. And if you had skipped any particular posture, then your structure will not hold. It's so simple. I want to give you the example of a particular rishi called Vishwamitra. So he had attained great heights of soul work through many lifetimes of meditation, and he was able to create a new heaven. You can say that he was about to create a parallel government of the universe. And then the gods got insecure. They realized that he had not perfected some of the components of his meditation. So they sent to him an apsara, or the divine prostitute disguised as a damsel in distress. She danced lustfully in front of him, and finally he opened his eyes and fell for her. In this way, his enlightenment was shattered and he became a family man. It took him that whole life until he was old to regain his old stature of enlightened rishi. In this story, I cannot exactly pinpoint which of the six component he was lacking in, but definitely it had something to do with his unlinking, because he seemed to be always angry, so he was unable to unlink himself from his own emotions. So if he can't stop himself from being angry, he will not even be able to stop himself from being lustful. So I would say, in my estimate, that he lacked in the third component here, which is of unlinking. And this is the weakness that the gods used against him. So the bottom line is, practice all the six components diligently, honestly. See you at the top.